Hello, my name is Vidar and today we're going to talk about grids. So let's start off by our own position. You can see me toggling my GPS. In the top left corner in my GPS you can see 6 numbers. That is my own position. If I open my map you can see in the bottom right I also have those 6 numbers. So let's go into more detail about what those 6 numbers are. So the map is divided into squares. You start in the bottom left and move up to top right. Each square are 1000 meters by 1000 meters. So this square here, we start in the bottom left corner, it will give us the square of 0, 2, you see that on the top, and then 8, 1, you see that on the bottom right. So if you zoom in, you can see that this square divides itself into smaller squares. And you will also see at the top that those 2 numbers that we saw before goes into 3 numbers. 3 numbers on the side as well. So this in the bottom here will be 020, then 810. That's the grid for that square. You can also see if I'm hovering over the area with my crosshair, see 020, 810 my crosshair. If I move north, east, you can see my third number increases by 1 each for each square. And if I move north, you can see that the last number changes for each square. So this big square is 1000 by 1000 meters. Makes sense that since there are 10 routes, it's divided by 10 by 10, then each square is 100 meters by 100 meters, side to side. But it's pretty easy to find the 6 number grid on an area. Just hover over it, or if it's disabled, you can always just read the east-going numbers first, like 23, 0, 2, 3, and 815 that you can see on the right side. So what if we want to be more exact with our position? So you can do an 8 number grid. Make this square instead of this large one, like this one over here. Divide this square into smaller squares. How do we do that? Okay, so we got a tool that's pretty awesome to use. It's called the map tool. Hit left control and Windows key, go into map tools, and then show small map tool. It will give you this map tool. It will spawn in the bottom left corner. If you don't find it, go check there. If you want to make it align to north again, just left control, Windows key, map tools, and align map tool to north. It will do so. This is the way it will spawn in. And also the reason why I make my 8 number grids this way, because it's faster. So yeah, here's the antenna that we want. So place your map tool, this Let's make this cross right on top of the map tool. Then we need to gather some information about this radio mast or radio tower position that we already know. You can see it's in 013, so let's write that down. 013 question mark, because we are trying to find that last number. And you can see it's in 849. 849, and then question mark, because we want to find that last number. So yeah, then let's start counting. You see these two lines don't correspond. This line over here is going to be our 0 line. So start counting from that line. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Write down 6. And then let's do north. Here it corresponds perfectly, so this will be the 0 line. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's note down 5. Let's make this over here. So our grid is 0136 8495. That's really all it is to it. Because I have a micro dagger on my bottom right side, I don't need to note down any numbers, I can just write them. So if I wanted an 8 number grid for this radio mast over here, place my map tool on top of the radio mast, start counting 1, 2, 3 as I write down, of course. So it's 025, see that on top, 1, 2, 3, I see it's in 851, and it's closer to this line, so I would say that's the 0 line. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's an 8 number grid. That's really all there is to it. Other things you can use the map tool for is distance. If you don't have a rangefinder, if you want to know the distance from this radio tower towards the road here. So what you do, you take your map tool, place it on the radio tower. You can see that little dot here. Just place that right in the middle of the radio tower. Hold down Control, make it line up with the dot that you made, like that. Take your map tool and place your X on top of that line. So for each number there's 100 meters, so 100 meter, 200 meter. You can see that it's not 200 meters, it's more like 180 meters. So you can see the distance is 180 between those two dots. So yeah, that's everything on grids. If you have any questions, just leave a comment on the webpage or in the comment section below, and see you in game.